What about the clients, though? Back to the Procter and Unilever
No,
example.
they want access to all your resources in a seamless fashion.
But if
That's
I've got a
one.
competitor that's working with you, my competitor, and would I be?
Well, you can sort that out. You can have separate organizations, or because of the procurement pressure that clients have put on the agencies. I think that's made put the clients in a much more difficult position to demand exclusiveness and all along. I mean, I think that has made it much more difficult to enforce. And then the conflict, because of the frenemy, the situation that you see increasingly, that whoever was your competitor becomes your friend, so it's a frenemy. So many frenemy situations, particularly with digital transformation, that the competitive lines become blurred. I mean, there are always the bananas conflicts, as we call them. Bill Phillips at Ogilvy used to say that there are bananas conflicts, by which he meant when you told one client about the other, they went bananas. And there is always that. There's always that emotional conflict for which you may have to have separate organizations. But by and large, that friction has diminished. And what clients want is access to the best. I mean, there isn't, McKinsey don't go through that, Goldman don't go through that. They don't have to set up separate organizations. Sometimes they might have to have different teams within the same brand, but they manage to get away with it. And you've had some classic cases with those uni brands where they've been advising one client, and then a year later they pop up on the other side in an M&A deal, and that causes a bit of friction. But by and large, it is accepted. And the reason it's accepted, it comes back to your margin question, is because what you do is so good and so valuable that A, you get an increased margin, and B, they want to work with you.
But back in the day with the holding companies, it was an issue because of you didn't want the creative side to be the same with your competitor as well. For example, if I was working with WPP and I'm Unilever, I wouldn't want Procter to work with the same agency on the.
Oh, they do. Yeah, yes, but Unilever and Procter do operate within. When we bought Grey, I had a big conversation with Unilever as to whether that was acceptable, and vice versa with Procter, as whether that was acceptable. It turned out to be acceptable because we had separate. It comes to your point. We had separate organizations. I think today that friction is less. And maybe between Unilever and Procter and Gamble are a bananas conflict. But you can often handle it. You may not have global brand. You may have regional brands. So you might work for Procter in Asia, and you might work for Unilever in South America, whatever it happens to be. I'm not ducking the issue. I think that there is an issue there, but you can handle it, and you can make various different locations secure and different organizations secure.